What is up guys, this is Tito back with another video on the Redmi K20 Pro, and today in this video I'm going to be showing you the latest EvolutionX ROM, which is the 5th December 2019 build on this device. Let me go into the settings and show you the about section first, and in the Android version you will see the Android version is 10 of course, and on the top side you will see the EvolutionX logo with this kind of good looking pattern. Then we have the EvolutionX version which is Storm 3.4, and it is for Raphael of course for Redmi K20 Pro, and the security patch over here you get is the latest December 5th 2019, and the stock kernel is Immensity Plus kernel. Inside system you will get this system updater option, so this is quite good that we get this kind of like system updater by default. And here you will also get the front camera effects which is also present in the Pixel Experience ROM, so this works fine. You can change the sound effects from here. As you can see we have these many options are there. And the front camera LED is working fine here too with the sounds. And in the gestures we have the system navigation gesture which is the Android 10 gestures, and I have been using them. They are working fine. Now let me talk about the customizations and stuff, but before that let me tell you that the ROM is almost bug free now, and it has quite a lot stability I am noticing here. And on top of those, let me show you what is the stock launcher. Well, this is the Pixel launcher and there is nothing much customizations, but you can swipe down anywhere on the home screen. To the left we have the Google Now cards. Then there is no double tap to sleep of course in the home screen anywhere, but there is double tap to sleep on the status bar. I'll show those things later on in this video, so do watch it till the end. And here Google Pay is working fine right out of the box, so that is one change that I have been noticing, that you can directly use Google Pay, you don't have to use Magic's Guide or something. So that is good that Google Pay is working right away, and the widgets and stuff are working fine here. And if you swipe up you will get the app drawer just like this, and it is quite fast and snappy. The experience is pretty good. And the stock camera here, normal Snapdragon camera, but you can also install ANX camera if you want to. As you can see, it is working with all the lenses and stuff, so no problem with the ANX camera version 158. And let me tell you some more things about this ANX camera. Well, slow motion 960 fps and stuff is working, and in terms of video, as you can see there is 4K 60 fps option, and this should work fine. And even 48 megapixel fix, if you want to flash you can flash it, and the 48 megapixel mode will work too with this ANX camera. All the links for this ROM and the cameras I will use, I'll put the links in the description box below, so don't worry. And the Google camera is new also. As you can see, this is the Google camera, and it also has the 2x and the wide angle feature, so that is good that we have this Google camera working. I'll give the link of this newer Google camera in the description box below too. And if you don't know how to install this, here is a card for you. And the stock dialer, let me show you. This is how the stock dialer looks like. I have connected the Mi Bluetooth headset, so that's how it is looking like this. But you can also change this output mode of the speaker, but there is no call recording option, but VoLTE calls does work super fine here. And talking about the VoLTE logo and stuff, well, it sometimes does appear, sometimes it just disappears still, so that is how it is. No problems, that is not a huge issue at all, I would say. And talking about the bugs, well, I have found only one. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If I double tap to sleep, and I hope you can see the lock screen right now, and here if I tap the fingerprint scanner once like this, and right now if I tap it like this, as you can see the fingerprint scanner has disabled, and no touches will work. So right now I have to double tap to wake the device and then tap the fingerprint scanner to unlock. This is the only bug I have seen over here, that on the always on display sometimes it just becomes unresponsive. So yeah, that is one bug that I have noticed. Now let me switch to the settings panel and show you the customization section. So in the EvolutionX settings there are lot of customizations. So up top we have the status bar, inside we have the rounded corners of course, and then we have the clock option. You can have the all customizations for the clocks. You can choose left, center, right for the clock position of course, and then we have the clock font style and stuff, and even font color options are there, and we get bunch of fonts for this clock style, so that is good. And we have carrier label customization. Then inside status bar we have the headset, Bluetooth, etc. icons, the NFC and stuff. Well, the K20 Pro does not have NFC, so yeah. And here the VoLTE icon is there. As you can see, sometimes I have to just disable Wi-Fi, then switch on and off the VoLTE icon, I don't know when it will appear. Right now, as you can see, it did appear, and it also supports 4G plus, of course. And right now I have enabled Wi-Fi, as you can see, and here it also shows the VoLTE icon now. So yeah, it is kind of weird. Bluetooth battery stats are there. Let me show you from up close. As you can see, the Bluetooth battery stats does show up there on the status bar, and it is also showing up over in the quick settings panel. And we also have the show network activity if you want that. Then we have arrows for the network activity, and in the notification panel we have the heads up disabling option, then battery charging light, and the edge lighting option is there. I haven't tested it yet, but this notification kind of edge lighting is there, and it should work fine. There is also color options, and over here we have the force close notification option, and then kill app button. Ambient display brightness, yes, you can control the ambient display brightness from here. That is a good thing. And here we have the in-call vibration. We have the vibrate on connect, call waiting, and disconnect option. Then inside quick settings panel we have the vibrate on toggle touch, quick setting footer text, then quick pull down, right left, always you can have it. Then we have the Bluetooth battery stats again for the quick settings panel, and there is brightness icon, brightness slider, etc. Then quick settings opacity. As you can see right now, the quick settings is kind of like transparent, so yeah, you can change the opacity from here if you want to. Then column and row number for the quick setting toggles are there, as you can see. Now let me go back to the power menu, and here we have the advanced reboot option, and we have the directly rebooting to recovery and fast boot option. And let me go back to gestures. Inside AOSP gesture we have those like jump to camera, then prevent ringing and stuff, and the Android 10 kind of gesture thing. You can also use 2 button or 3 button if you want to use the on-screen nav bar. Then we have the swipe to take screenshot, so this 3-finger swipe is working fine. Then we have got the screen of power button torch, which does not work with always on display, but if you are not using the always on display, this should work fine. And brightness control is there, so you can just swipe on the status bar to control the brightness of the screen. So this is a really like amazing feature, I would say, and I do use it on a daily basis. And double tap to sleep on the status bar and lock screen as well is there. As you can see, double tap to sleep just works. As you can see in the lock screen too, it did work. And now let me show you the fingerprint scanner speed. So here I would say the fingerprint scanner is like amazing. It is like 100 times better than the Pixel experience from right now, that I can say, and it works almost every time from anywhere, even from this always on display. As you can see, let me do it from the left finger and it does work again. Now let me do it from the lock screen again, it did work again. So the fingerprint scanner is like almost there, 99% fixed, and the fingerprint scanner is working great over here. I have no complaints regarding this fingerprint scanner, except for that always on display becomes a little bit unresponsive at times. And now let me go back, and here we have the lock screen, then we have the pocket detection, fingerprint authentication vibration is there, but the only thing I miss over here is that there is no like always unlock with the fingerprint scanner. If that feature was there, I would have been glad. And here we have the status bar and charging info and charging animation for the lock screen. And of course this ROM supports 18-watt fast charging. As you can see, 24 watts and 12 volts it shows up on the lock screen, and it says charging rapidly. Then we have media artwork, visualizer and stuff for the lock screen, and hardware buttons is there. If you're using on-screen buttons, you can invert their layout, so that's good. And inside animation, you can control the whole UI animation over here. Even quick setting toggle style animations are there. As you can see, a lot of options are there. And in the MISC settings, here we have the gaming mode. Then USB configuration, you can set it by default to file transfer. Then we have the wake up on charge disabling option, and enable scaling for some apps is there. Then alarm blocker and wake lock blocker is there. Now let me go back to the display settings, and here we have the night light and stuff. It is working fine. It makes the display yellowish. Auto brightness or adaptive brightness is there, and it works fine too. And color calibration, the whole screen RGB control is there, and saturation, hue, intensity and contrast adjustment option is there. Reading mode is there, which turns the display like totally like grayscale, so that's there. And inside styles and wallpapers, we get bunch of styles option, and here you can customize it too if you want. Then we have the dark theme. I have been using it for a long time, and the dark theme works flawlessly, no issues with this dark theme. And here we have the colors. We can choose it to be boosted, adaptive and normal. Then we have the lock screen display. So from this lock screen settings, you can have this like show all notifications on the lock screen, or like do not show sensitive content on the lock screen, those kind of things. And always on display, you can enable it from here, always on when charging, and double tap to check phone and stuff is there. Then we have new notification stuff, and here we have the anti-flicker mode, and double tap to wake does work fine too. And in the accent colors, we get bunch of options. As you can see, we have OnePlus, then golden shower, Starbucks, green, black, like a lot of options regarding this accent colors. I have no complaints regarding these accent colors. There are no compromisations done with this accent colors. There are plenty of options. And in the like body fonts, we get these many options. We get Google Sans, then like Source, Sans Pro and stuff. So a lot of like body font options are there. You can like have any font out there, and icon shapes are there, teardrop, square, rounded rectangle, everything is there. Now in the sound settings, the good thing is you have the Mi Audio DRAC. You can enable it if you want to, and you can choose whatever headphones you have from here. And the sound output via the headphone jack and Bluetooth as well is great. And you can even have this hi-fi audio DRAC if you want to. And screenshot shutter sound and stuff, you can disable it from here. Charging, vibration, charging sound, etc. If you want to disable them, you can do that from here. And we also have this audio panel. You can even have this kind of like voice panel and stuff if you want to. So these kind of options are there in the sound settings. And also vibrate for calls and normal stuff are there. And from the sound settings, you can change the like media volume output. So that's great that you can switch the audio device. And in the battery settings, here is how the battery percentage option looks like, and you can enable it or disable it from here. And there is adaptive or auto battery kind of management here. Then battery saver mode is there, smart charging mode is there, and it also shows the battery temperature over here in the bottom section. And talking about the battery life, here are some screenshots. I got really great battery life, about like 8 hours of screen on time, 7.5 or 8 hours of screen on time. You can easily get that in this ROM, so that's great. No complaints regarding the battery life. Now let me talk about the daily driving performance. I would say I have no issues regarding the performance over here right now. Also the DRM info shows as level 1, so that's not a problem. Also we got the live wallpapers here. Let me show you that we have this kind of live universe wallpapers. So if you're into these things, you can definitely enjoy it, and you can download much more like live wallpapers from here. So these are enabled by default over here, and you can choose whatever like wallpaper you want. And here like the ROM feels a lot smoother than it used to, and right now the optimization is great. Also the EvolutionX has been a really great ROM in the past too, and like with updates it is just way better now. And let me open some of the apps from the like home screen now and show you how is the app opener speeds and the RAM management here. Let's open Spotify. Now let's open all the apps from memory again. And as you can see, the snappiness is like just buttery smooth. I have no complaints regarding the app opener speeds or the RAM management here, and everything just is too fast and snappy here. And you can see just from here, this is a 60 fps video, and you can guess that how fast it is. And I haven't flashed any kind of like screen mods, but I think the 66 Hz or 69 Hz should work over here. But I have been using stock 60 Hz mode, and it is working fine. As you can see, the performance over here is buttery smooth, and the RAM management too is really great, even with this 6GB RAM variant. And here is the Antutu score of this ROM. And one thing I am seeing here is missing is that the Google's recorder app, which transcripts the audio and stuff, so that app is kind of missing here. And by the way, talking about flashing this ROM, you just need to like have the latest MIUI 11 Android Q format, and you need the Orange Fox recovery, and with that you just like flash the ROM file, then flash the fcrypt disables and reboot. You don't need a gapps file because gapps is already included in the ROM file. And let me show you the quick settings panel quickly. This is how it looks like. You can also like enable the dark theme and stuff from here, so it is quite easy. And you can add on the like edit settings, and you have these many options for the quick setting toggles, and you can like add everything of them. And there are plenty of options regarding these quick toggles. And in terms of PUBG, you can play on HDR and extreme settings, so there is no issues in terms of gaming on this ROM. It is quite fast and snappy experience here. So what do I think about this ROM? Well, I would say for the Redmi K20 Pro, if you want to try the best Android 10 ROM, which has a lot of customizations and offers a lot of stability right now, even with the fingerprint scanner and stuff, you can definitely go with the EvolutionX ROM, and I would say it is 99% stable ROM. So let me know in the comments what do you guys think. Give this video a thumbs up and share this video with your friends if you want them to know about this Redmi K20 Pro's EvolutionX and how it is working on this device. I would say the state of this ROM is right now pretty good, and I have no complaints regarding this ROM in a good way. So thank you so much for watching this video guys again, and this is Tito from K20 signing off for today, and please subscribe to the channel if you have not yet, and I'll be catching you guys in the next one. Bye bye now.